This thing has some kick. I mean, for real, if you're looking for power and range, Veymax, you guys have knocked it out of the park with this. What's good, y'all? Your boy Electric Carves back with another review, and this time we're talking about the Veymax Mini 2S. Now, if you're in the market for a kicktail board or just curious on how a kicktail board rides, I'm about to cover everything you could possibly imagine about kicktail boards. So with that being said, let's get into the unboxing. I've got a banger for you. Let's take a look inside. So your unboxing came with your typical stuff whenever you purchase a board. You've got your instruction manual, remote, you've got your charger, you've got your skate tool, you've got extra nuts and bolts, all that good stuff that comes with it. So another thing I thought was cool with this is they gave you 2 lanyards with this shipment here, and you have your regular black lanyard, but then also this is a reflective lanyard that I've already changed out and put on this remote. The reflection you can't really see in the video here, but it's reflective, so easy to find at night. But also this has, if you could see, an adjuster to adjust on your wrist with that too. So that's really cool. Now, first impressions upon unboxing this, Veymax has really knocked it out of the park with this design here. It's a very sleek looking board that you can tell has been crafted with details and craftsmanship whenever you're unboxing and taking a look at it. The board itself gives me vibes of the Evolve Enrique and Loaded board collaboration they did, while also giving me vibes of the Boosted Mini that was in production as well too. But just a very sleek looking board. Love the colorway. You can see here, this is the design very similar to the Enrique that Evolve released with this too. The wiring they've done is very clean, and it's a very sharp looking board. For text and specs, you do have a kicktail guard here that gives protection with the board itself. You also have extra large risers here that will prevent wheel bite on the deck whenever you're carving and making turns. The trucks that they are utilizing are 45-degree refiner reverse kingpin trucks. You have 100A double barrel bushings on the back here for stability. As far as for wheels, you're utilizing 90mm by 60mm 78A polyurethane wheels. I do like that the wheels are black too. For me, black wheels, they just stay clean, and so it looks good over time and usage for it. As far as for your ESC, you do have a Hobbywing ESC equipped with this. You can see the vents down below right here. And then what I like about this too is everything's all in one encasing, so you don't have the bulkiness of 2 plastic pieces at the bottom as well. As far as for your motors, you have dual 600-watt hub motors with this. Now, hub motors on kicktails, I actually prefer. And the reason for that being is if you look here, it's a very clean design. You don't have the motors sticking out in the rear like you would on belt drive boards that tend to get in the way, and they can also be just bulky as well. So it's a clean design, and I think hub motors are the way to go for kicktail boards. You have your charging port and power button located right here conveniently for it. You have more venting for the ESC at the top right here. And then as you move into the battery casing up top, the battery for the Mini 2S is utilizing an extended Samsung 21740 T-cell battery. It is 374 watt hours. So a nice extended battery that you could use with this, which they claim will give you roughly about 25 miles range with that at a 175-pound rider. Now the front of the board itself is using 92A bushings for this, so a little bit softer bushing to enable carving and things like that. And then as you move down from the board here, you can see they've made little indentions to prevent wheel bite on the board itself whenever you're making carves and turns. Now, one thing to note is that the board itself comes standard with 90 by 60 millimeter. You can opt to get their optional 105 millimeter jelly wheels, but then even in addition to that, it will be equipped and can take up to 120 millimeter wheels as well too. So good thing to note with that. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is the Mini 2S version, which is their extended range. So the extended range comes with Samsung 21700 40T cell batteries at 374 watt hours, which will give you a claimed 25-mile range. They do make a standard Mini 2 version, which comes with EVE 18650 20P batteries, which will give you a 15-mile range. So you get 10 more miles range with the extended battery version. Moving to the top of the board, you have a functional kicktail, as you can see here, with a nice curve to it. You also have the design of the Mini 2 version Veymax logo here. That, again, is very Enrique Evolve type feel to it as well. It's an all black design with a white line across the center and gray lines around the side with the Veymax name up top here. The deck itself is 30 inches tall and 9.5 inches wide. So it's a very wide board, which provides better stability on these shorter kicktail boards when you're riding through with this. The deck itself is made of 8-ply Canadian maple and 1-ply fiberglass. So a nice design and mixture of the board itself for the deck. Now the deck itself does have a nice concave, as you can see coming up through here. So your feet will stay snug while riding the board. And then also it does have a weight capacity of 330 pounds. So you heavier riders out there, feel safe with riding this board. Now the other thing I wanted to call out with this too is, even though this is a hub designed motor, hub design motors are usually super quiet and hard to hear. These are a little bit louder in terms of the motor sound, but I do like the sound of them. It sounds aggressive whenever you're taking off. So I've placed a microphone right here so you can listen to it for the hub design or the hub motors as you're coming through. So take a listen. Now for better comparison, I've taken the Veymax X4 Roadster here, which is also equipped with hub motors. Now the Veymax X4 Roadster has dual 550 watt motors, while this Veymax Mini S2 has dual 600 watt motors. So a little bit more powerful, but I want you to listen to the difference in sound. So we'll start with the X4 first. Now here is the Mini S2. So again, X4 and Mini 2S. Now another comparison I wanted to show is the Mini 2S is at 30 inches in length. Now this is a comparison to the Veymax X4 Roadster to the Veymax Mini 2S. So as you can see, they're starting out at the same length here. And then when you get to the difference of the size here, you can see how short the Mini 2S is. So the X4 is more of a traditional longboard feel, whereas to the Mini 2S is your shortboard that's a kicktail format. So it's definitely more short and portable. So something to keep in mind if you're looking for a portable commute style board. One final comparison is the 105 millimeter jelly style wheels that's on the X4 Roadster that I have here. So this is a larger type wheel, as you can see, in comparison to the 90 millimeter Veymax wheels that come equipped on the Mini 2S. So again, this board will take this wheel here if you opt to do this, and it's a larger wheel that you can equip with it for additional costs. Here's a side-by-side of the two wheels so you can see the difference in size as well. As far as the remote, you do have your updated Hobbywing remote that's equipped with the board. As you can see right here, when I press the power button, it will also turn the board on as well. So an auto on feature as well as auto off. As far as for your display, you do have your remote battery right here. You have your board battery right here, your miles per hour gauge, which direction the board is heading, whether if it's going forward or in reverse, your trip miles, your odometer miles, and then as well as your speed settings. So it does come equipped with 4 different speed settings. All you would do on that is just tap this here. So there's speed 1, there's speed 2, speed 3, and so forth. And then as far as to activate the reverse of the board, you'll just double tap this bottom button. So arrow up, double tap, arrow down. Now, one thing I'd like to see differently with this board upon just inspecting it here is the charging port cover. So whenever you pull this back, that's obviously where you charge the board, but it's very hard. It doesn't want to stay in. And after charging it, this just gets bent right here. So it's hard to stay in after you're charging the board here. So, you know, one thing that'd be nice is if they were to change this rubber piece to some sort of a plastic piece or something that just keeps your charging port secured. That's one thing I'd like to see different.
So impressions on riding the Veymax Mini 2S. The one thing I can tell you is it's got a very stable feel to it. And it's just overall, I mean, it's just a fun board to ride. Like it's, you know, it's a short kicktail. So, you know, it's not your traditional long board like your other boards that you may see. And I can tell you, this is my first time to ride, or my first kicktail that I have ridden before that's electric. You know, I used to skate as a kid, and you know, this kind of brings me back to that nostalgia when I was a kid, you know, on my skateboard, just running around the street and everything. Now, if you haven't ridden one of these before, the one thing I can tell you with these is the wheelbase is shorter than your traditional longboard type feel that's electric skateboard. So a shorter wheelbase gives you more maneuverability to do turns, but it also, if you're not used to it, it can also give you the impression or feeling of, you know, not your stability at higher speeds can be a little bit compromised. Now, that's not to say that that's something that you just have to get used to, right? So I've had this for about 3 weeks now, and in all honesty, when I first got the board, it felt a little unstable at first whenever I was riding. Now that I've had it for about 3 weeks, I can tell you I feel a lot more stable. It's just like anything. I mean, the more you ride it, the better you feel on it. But it's a great overall board. I mean, it's just a fantastic, it's so fun. I mean, hitting sidewalks, right? Carving down, like there's all sorts of, I mean, it's just it's a fun board. The thing that I will tell you for kicktails, for something like this, who's this for? This is not for someone that's just looking to full throttle and send it, you know, at high speeds, just straight downhill all the time. The board itself isn't as stable as a longer wheelbase. So if you're looking for something like that, that's a high speed, this isn't the board for you. This board right here is for someone that needs a short commute style board, be able to just turn on a dime with the kicktails, portability, and also weight. This thing only weighs like 18 pounds. So, I mean, that's on par for something that's a lot easier to carry and just an overall different type of person that's looking for this. Or if you're just looking for a kicktail and something traditional for it, this board might be for you. Okay, so speed test for this board. Now, I'll tell you, I'm on full battery. I have speed mode 4, and we're gonna give this thing a shot. Now, I'll tell you, no lie, man, I'm a little sketched to do the full speed test here. So we'll see how this goes. But like I said, you know, shorter wheelbases get a little unstable, and this thing has some kick. I mean, for real, if you're looking for power and range, Veymax, you guys have knocked it out of the park with this. So let's get on with the speed test. All right, speed mode 4, full battery, let's go. Bro, I am telling you, I let off. I mean, this thing has got some major power and kick to it for a kicktail. It does not fall short in that category. Let's check the rider app and see what speed I got up to on this. Rider app has me at 25.7 miles an hour, and I let off, I'll tell you that. This board, its metrics are it's slated to go, they state that it can go 30 miles an hour. No doubt in my mind it can hit 30. 25.7 was enough for me on this kicktail. I started feeling just a little bit of wobbles on there, and that's all she wrote. But again, Veymax, phenomenal job with this. Brakes are awesome on it as well too.
Final conclusion. Now, if you're shopping for a kicktail board and you're looking for something that can reach speeds in excess of 30 miles an hour with 20 plus miles of range, you're going to spend anywhere from $900 and all the way up to around $1,400. With the Veymax Mini 2S, you're looking at half that amount. I can tell you right now, you're not going to find another kicktail board that is the better bang for your buck as this particular board right here. This is the one to go with, guys. If you want to use my discount code, I've listed it below, and be sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Guys, I appreciate you watching. Have a good one.